morning and happy Saturday, everyone. Tanya here. Just wanted to jump on really quick to keep going with my little Go Live challenge I've got here. Today's topic I was actually given by one of my mentors, and it's one that I was avoiding, and I didn't know how to talk about it, and I didn't know why, and it took some time after really looking at the topic to understand what it was that was kind of making me pause to think about it. And I think it's because freedom is such a subjective word, and it has a different meaning to each and every single one of us. So to sit there and talk about what freedom is as a generalized thing was something that I just couldn't wrap my mind around. So I've decided I'm going to do this one, but with more of my definition of it, and talking about what freedom means to me and how I was able to achieve more of it in my life. And knowing that by hearing my story that someone will resonate with it. And even if it impacts one person, well then that's all I really need, right? I've won. So to me, freedom was always, it's a feeling. It's a limitless feeling. It is sure being able to do what I want when I want and having the flexibility to do so. However, for me, it's always been a feeling of just knowing that no matter what happens, I am limitless. I am empowered. I am strong. And growing up, I always thought that I had that freedom. And it wasn't until trauma entered my life that I really realized how little I had. And because I've had a little friends, total quick synopsis, my trauma was I lost 3 important men in my life within 30 days. One of which was a total shock, and I ended up finding. And it sent my world spiraling. I realized that there are limits, that I wasn't free, and that I needed to make a change. And for me, when I started doing the inner work, and I know that that is, again, subjective, and that is different for each and every single person. What worked for one is not necessarily going to be the be-all, end-all for another. However, it was the inner work that started creating more possibilities in my life and more openings and more freedom. And the more I went and the more I worked on myself, the stronger I became internally and the more empowered I began to feel. And that has shown forward in so many areas of my life. I 3 years ago would never be sitting here on a live talking about any of this, like ever. I would have felt the need to hide, and hiding isn't a form of freedom. It is when we start releasing and healing that stuff within us, we open up that freedom, and that freedom just keeps coming in spades. Abundance starts showing up in our life, things start to flow, and we start to truly tap into who we are and who we came to this world to be. And from there, we can start determining our passions and our purposes, and we just keep growing. And that to me is true freedom. So I guess to kind of go back to the tagline for this video, the best way to find freedom is to do the inner work. It's to heal your stuff, heal your background, heal any traumas. And I want to kind of touch on that for a minute. Trauma doesn't have to be some big thing. Yes, for me it was. However, that does not need to be a huge thing in your life. Trauma could be the littlest thing in it. If it left a scar for you, then it's a real damn thing. And overcoming that stuff and processing it, not having that guilt, and doing that inner work to just really step into yourself, find your voice, speak your truth, and just shine your authentic self to the world, regardless of what anyone else thinks. That's freedom. And that all comes from taking a step back and loving yourself first. So that is my 2 cents this Saturday morning. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.